What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Granger Smith Podcast. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. If you're on YouTube, I'm glad I have this platform. I'm glad I get to talk to you. I'm grateful that during the crazy world that we live in, where musicians no longer get to go on tour that much, I could still engage with audiences and tell you about a new album that I have coming in September and what we've been doing here at the Yee Farm. And I could talk to you about some of my friends. Today's podcast actually is a brand new friend of mine named Lathan Warlick. He is an artist out of Tennessee. He's featured on one of my songs. That's why I love Dirt Roads. I didn't meet him until this day, until today. He came to do a music video with his family. And I had a feeling he had a good story, really interesting guy. And sure enough, this podcast, he blew me away. His joyful outlook on the world and life in general, inspired by God. This dude's got it together. He's got a lot to look up to, and you're gonna like his story. I was blown away. This podcast is also partially brought to you by ShipStation. Now, if you're in e-commerce or if you're thinking about starting an online store, which is like the thing to do right now during this crazy world pandemic, it's very daunting to think about how you're going to ship to your customers. What do you even buy stamps? I don't know. It's very confusing. And Yee Apparel, we ran into that problem, and everything was solved by ShipStation.com. It's the fastest, easiest, most affordable way to manage and ship your orders. Just a few clicks, and you'll be managing your orders, printing out labels, getting your product to happy customers. ShipStation makes it easy. So ShipStation helps online sellers at any size company get orders out quickly, save money on shipping costs, keep your customers happy, keep them wanting to go back and buy more, no matter what you're selling, whether that's Amazon or Etsy, or you have your own website. ShipStation brings all your orders into one simple interface. For even guys like me that don't know that much about online sales, it makes it easy even for guys like me. You could even use your cell phone. You don't even need a computer to do this. Right? It works with all the major carriers like UPS, USPS, FedEx, even Amazon Fulfillment. They also offer big discounts on shipping costs. So you're just going to save money by using ShipStation as opposed to just buying your own stamps or any other company. That's why it's the number one choice in online sellers. You're going to ship more in less time. Right now, for all the people listening to the Granger Smith Podcast, you could try ShipStation free for 60 days when you use the offer code Granger. That's my name, Granger. Make sure your business is ready to meet the demands of delivery culture. Get started at ShipStation.com today. Click on the microphone at the top of the homepage and type in Granger. That's ShipStation.com, promo code Granger. ShipStation.com. Make ship happen. I'm so excited for you guys to finally meet Lathan and hear his story. I think you're going to be blown away. Welcome to the podcast. This is episode 41. Yee.
Dead cans and diesel, mud tires and smoke. Long line of 4x4s bumping down an old back road. Raise your cold ones high, it's a redneck invasion. Yeah, you're rocking with that Yee Nation.
Lathan Warlick, I feel like if I say the story of how me and you got together, I'd be beating a dead horse because I've said it so many times. But of course, there's people on here that probably haven't heard me say it that are listening to this podcast. So it was about 3 months ago, 4 months ago.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, definitely.
It late at night. My wife Amber, we're just kind of getting ready to go to bed, and she's looking at Instagram, and I hear her listening to this one artist. I could tell it's the same artist because it's like over and over, And I was like, "What are you looking at?" she's like, there's this guy I found on Instagram, and he puts these lyrics to these songs, and everything is God based, Christian based. So putting a Christian spin on a bunch of these songs, and I started listening, and instantly I was engaged, because these videos, it's you in a car.
Yeah.
Every time you take a sip of water.
Yeah.
That's like your thing. You take a sip of water as the song starts, and then you come in with your lyrics. We're going to hear our kids run around there.
Yeah, that's dope.
Our kids are playing right now, literally outside in the hall.
For sure.
So I just get entrenched in this, and the way that you engage the camera with your lyrics, and the way your eyes light up.
Yeah, that's dope.
Like you look at the camera, and so there's this one.
Dope.
I say every time I tell this story, I got to say this part. But there was one about Kobe Bryant, the helicopter crash, and man, it got me. These lyrics, and so everybody listening, Granger Smith Podcast, check this out. Lathan Warlick. Instagram is where I found it, but it's on a lot of things. It's on your TikTok.
Yeah.
But there's one about Kobe Bryant, and it starts off where you're talking about how terrible it is, how terrible the news. The news probably just came out when you did that.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
then you talk about how terrible it is, and then you flip and you say, and he had his daughter with him. I can't imagine what was going through, what they were saying.
Yeah, can't imagine the last words she said to her daddy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so then those lyrics just tear you down to the bone, and then you flip it again, and you go, but then God spoke to me.
Yeah.
And so by that point, it's like you look at the camera and you go, but then God spoke to me.
I pray for all the victims that was affected by that horrible helicopter crash. I woke up with a lot on my mind, had a thought like, dang, they really weren't lying. Never said a word to God because I was still in my feelings about the helicopter crash that killed Kobe Bryant. I had a lot of questions, like what was you when it was happening? You could have stopped the whole thing from crashing. And he had his daughter on the flight. I can't even imagine the last words she was trying to tell her daddy. Then God spoke to me. He said, I got a bigger plan, way more than you could ever understand. Life a lot more than what you're seeing right in front of you, and death gonna come to each and every man. See, they didn't go from life to death. They went from life to a better life. Now I got them right here in my hands, but I can understand why you're grieving, because your flesh used to seeing them on earth, but that ain't where you stand. It's okay to cry, but let's not grieve like we don't have hope in what God got planned. Death got a way of showing us that your body gotta leave. So tell me, where your soul gonna land?
Yeah.
And then I was like, all right, I'm in. I got the screen right here, watching this. And so, long story short, and we'll get into that. I want to talk about that. But long story short, right then and there, I friended him. I DM'd him, and I said, hey, man, you don't know me. I'm a country singer. This is crazy, but I've been watching your videos. I love what you do. Would you ever consider doing a song with me? You messaged back something like, well, this is crazy too, but what if I said yes?
Yeah.
Then we became friends. Then we started texting. Then I got That's Why I Love Dirt Roads to you. You wrote the lyrics. We've since recorded it. I hope a lot of you guys that are listening to this podcast, I hope you all have heard it. That's Why I Love Dirt Roads, featuring Lathan Warlick version. And today, we met last night for the first time on the 4th of July in Round Rock, Texas. We got on the stage together. It was unreal. The energy you brought was unreal. I'm almost done talking because you're the one that's supposed to be talking on this podcast. But I just want to say, man, we met you flew in with your family. We met. We got on the stage. The energy was unbelievable to the crowd. And then today we're at the Yigi Farm. You have your family with you. I have mine, and we're going to film a music video for that song.
For that, that's crazy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lathan Warlick. That's all I got to. That's
amazing, bro. That's a blessing.
What I want to do on this podcast, though, is really get to know you, because I know a lot about you musically, and then we worked a lot, making this song, Social Distance. You had to do it in Memphis, Tennessee, where we're close to your hometown. That's where you got in the studio. Yeah. But you've mentioned several times, so you're essentially a rapper that brings Christ into your messages.
Correct.
And you've told me in passing that you had a rough time before that that led you to that.
Oh yeah, man.
And I want to hear, man. I want to hear what happened and why you turned into someone that is a messenger of God's word, and how you did that, how God did that.
Yeah. Well, first off, I started off as a dancer, man. I was seriously, it's crazy, but I used to dance, man. We used to do this thing called juking, and it originated in Memphis, Tennessee, and that's how we started, man. I used to do a lot of talent shows around town, and used to hang out with people that do the shows. And after we did that, we started to go celebrate. You know, we did this one talent show. I remember doing this one talent show, and we won so much money, and I was like, yo, this, because you know back then $1,000 was a lot.
Yeah. When
it was like 4 y'all that won a talent show, and then you won $1,000, you was like, oh, dude,
no matter what,
let's go hang out. So, you know, what better place to go hang out than the club? You know, so because we dance a lot, so we went to this club, man, and this was right here was the tragic event that actually shifted my atmosphere.
Okay.
And was like, yo, something got to change. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we at this club, man.
So before that, were you Christian?
I knew of God, but I didn't have the relationship with Christ. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I only knew of God because my grandmama was always telling me about, you know, hey, look, man, listen, Lathan, you know, you need to get to know Jesus. You know, you need to get to know God. But I heard this so many times, it was just like a broken record to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, so it was like more like religion versus a relationship.
Right.
You know, so that's what really scarred me. So I was like, nah. In fact, I used to go to my grandma's house, bro, and my grandma used to be like, but right before I walked in the house, I used to tell my friends, okay, listen, y'all, we finna go in here. My grandma gonna talk about Jesus, all right?
I told your friends that.
Yeah, exactly. And I used to be like, but just kind of ignore it. Or, you know, just we're gonna go get something to drink, and then we're gonna go back outside, you know. But, you know, that's the type of, like, grandmama I had, though. You know, so I didn't have a relationship with Christ. I just knew of God, you know.
Yeah.
I wasn't really applying him to my life, you know.
Okay.
Until this tragic event took place.
Okay, I'm following you now.
Yeah. So we went to this club, man, after we got done dancing. And we won this talent show, so we went to this club. And we went to this club, it was about 6 or 7 of us, but we pulled up, like, man, 8 or 9 cars, you know, just to hang out. And when we went to this club, man, I know everybody out there got this one hot-headed friend, you know, that you just can't tell nothing to. It's just like,
everybody's got that guy.
Oh my God, like you can't stop this guy. Period. Like he won't let nothing go. Pride. He's so prideful. He can't. Dude, you step on his toes, you push him, whatever. He got to do something. Yeah. You know. And I had one on with me, man. And he was my cousin. He's my first cousin. I ain't gonna say his name, but he's my first cousin, man.
Yeah.
And
he knows who he is.
Yeah, exactly. and so we get to this club, dude. And when we got to this club, we made a little circle. We used to do this thing in the club where they make the circle, and one at a time go. They would go, and you would dance in the middle of the circle. Yeah. You know, so we doing these dances and stuff. And right when we got done, we kind of leaned up against the wall, like beside the DJ booth. And since we leaned up against the wall, dude, there's some guys over there in the corner that was pointing at my cousin. You know, because I don't know if they had beef.
Is your cousin big dude? Or not?
No, he's not a big dude at all. In fact, I'm bigger than him.
Okay,
gotcha. You know, I'm bigger than him.
Gotcha.
But he just was a firecracker, bro. Like he when he get on you, he get on you. You know. So we over there standing in the corner, dude, and this guy, like just across the way, just pointing was like, yo, this and that. And we noticed, like one of my guys noticed, like, yo, what's up with this guy? What's up with him? And then I'm looking like, here we go. Because the hot-headed one was already like, okay.
Yeah, right.
Okay, and I'm like, here we go, dude. Here we go with this. So I immediately said, hey, listen, guys, bruh. I said, it's so many clubs around here that we can go to. We ain't even got to be at this one. Let's go to another one. We can get in all of them free around this town anyway. So let's go to another one. Yeah. So right when I'm gathering everybody up to go, man, this guy walked by. All of them, it was like him and like 4 other guys. They just started walking by. Man, as soon as they walked by in between us, he stepped. I don't know if I can remember. I think he stepped on his toe or something, nudged him or something. And as soon as he did that, I immediately grabbed him. I grabbed him and I just picked him up. As soon as I picked him up, I'm starting to walk towards the door, dude, with him, with my cousin. I picked him up.
With your cousin, gotcha.
Yes, with my cousin. I picked him up and was like, nope, because he already like, no, man, put me down. This is it. And I'm picking him up and I'm walking him out the door. And dude, as soon as I got to the door, I felt a push on my back. And I turned around and dude, it was like the whole club was fighting. Literally. Dude, cause it's like I didn't notice everything that was going on behind me because I'm too busy focused on let me get the problem out the way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But when I was trying to figure out like, man, let me get the problem out the way, the bigger problem was behind me.
Okay.
You know, so I'm walking, dude, to the door, and I shoved them at the door. As soon as I shoved them at the door, man, I turned around, the whole club was fighting. You know, and then I got to thinking like, man, my guy's still in there.
Yeah.
You know, so but then I was like, well,
You
let
got
me
6 or 7 of them in there.
yeah, like 6 or 7 of them in there, and then a whole bunch of more other guys that I knew, you know, that I came with, you know.
Yeah.
But then now I'm actually I done got my cousin outside, and now I'm trying to gather my other guys up. So I told him, man, just go to the car, you know, let me try to get everybody else together, and we'll wait in the car. So now I'm gathering people up, getting people to the car. So I get a lot of people to the car. And of course they ditching off, they running off, they ditching off, they running off. Well, now the fight done moved from inside the club to outside the club. So now people fighting in the parking lot. You know what I'm saying? People fighting in different
Where's the
sections.
bouncers at?
Dude, they was inside.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because their job was just to bounce them outside.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
but when they get
did their
outside,
job. Got you.
Yeah. When they get outside, it's like, okay, we done our job.
Yeah.
Let everybody else in here have a good time. But dude, the turning point though was as I'm trying to gather, man, everybody up to try to get him in his car because it's time to go. You know, and as I'm gathering everybody up, I noticed one of my partners, he walked up to me. And he walked up to me, dude, he holding his head. And dude, he had a gash on his head from like the top of his head all the way down to like the middle of his ear. And I was like, yo, we got to get you to a hospital.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I had 2 shirts on. So I took the other shirt off and had a t-shirt on. And I took that shirt off, I just put it on his head. And now I shoved him in the car. When I shoved him in the car, now all the other guys were like, yo, we got to go. We got to get him to the hospital. And so we shoving this guy in the car. And I'm telling them, let's go. And so now 3 or 4 guys, you know, they get in their own cars and they shut the doors. And now we actually finna leave.
Yeah.
Man, as soon as I get out and to go to the driver that was driving the car we was in, and I was like, yo, bro, we gotta go. Let's go. He didn't know, you know, one of our guys' head was busted.
Right,
you know,
right.
Like literally he needed a hospital. He needed to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
And he didn't even notice that. But as soon as he actually noticed and I was telling him, we walk into the car, and as soon as we walked up to the car, dude, this one guy was walking up. Like, as soon as he was walking up, people around him was scattering. Like, they was just running. You know, him and another guy. Yeah, for a reason. Him and another guy was walking up on us. And then, like, it's just, for some reason, everybody's just, like scattering, you know. And I look, and then my partner was like, man, no, I'm finna go. And I turned around, I was like, no, wait. And so I'm walking up, I'm kind of walking up towards the guys that's walking towards us, like, and I'm finna be like, hey, yo. You know what I'm saying? There ain't gonna be none of that or whatever.
Yeah.
But I noticed like, nah, this right here is too serious. So I turned around. Dude, when I turned around, everybody was gone. Like they done opened the doors and ran out like the other side of the car. So now I'm by myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just picture that.
With
now,
the guy.
Exactly. With the guy that's still walking up.
Okay.
Because as I noticed, like, nah, hold on, this ain't going right. So I kind of started backing up and I turned around back to the car, and that's when everybody kind of dipped off. So when everybody dipped off, I'm like, dang. Literally, I'm by myself. I'm looking around like, oh, no. So what do you do when everybody else run? I ran. You know what I'm saying? So as soon as I took off, man, I took off running. And then when I took off running, it was dark. So when I took off running, I ran around the building. And when I ran around the building, dude, it was like pitch dark around this building. But I noticed these guys chasing me. You know what I'm saying? I noticed that
so now
one
there's
guy,
more than one of them.
Yeah, so it was 2.
Okay.
So I noticed that it was these guys was chasing me.
Yeah.
And as these guys are chasing me, dude, and when I went around the corner, dude, I ran from looking back, running forward and looking back. Dude, I ran right into a wall. Literally hit the wall like boom.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
And when I hit this wall, dude, I hit it and was like, oh man, like I feel stupid. You know, I was feeling embarrassed. Like I didn't even realize like these guys was following me. I hit it so hard, I was thinking like, why am I even running? You know what I mean? And then when I hit it and I came to myself like, dang, I'm tripping. And I turned around, and when I turned around, these guys standing there. Like literally, they still walking up. They kind of pacing because, you know, one of them tired from running. And he was like, yeah, what's up? What's up now? What's up now? And now I'm standing there like, wait a minute, what? And he was like, yeah, what's up now? What's up now? So I had one shirt on from the first shirt that I took off, so I still had my t-shirt on.
Right.
And so I'm looking at them 2 guys like, oh, this ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I done been jumped before. I'll take my shirt off and, you know, I can try to handle them and get out of the situation, whatever.
Yeah.
So I didn't think nothing else about it. So I was taking my shirt off like, okay, I'm going to prepare myself for a fight. That's the only way I can get out of this. dude, as I'm taking my shirt off, man, I noticed that the guy come around, man, the backside of his backside, man, with a 45 caliber pistol.
Yeah.
All chrome 45 caliber pistol, dude. And he got the gun down to his side. And then that's when life changed. And I was like, oh, snaps.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Like maybe this is the end.
Yeah, exactly. Like, dang, maybe this is it. Maybe this is the end. And as I'm standing right there, dude, his partner was like, his partner told him, he said, man, what you gonna do? He said, what you gonna do? And I'm like, oh, snaps. He told him, he said, man, go on and kill him. He said, go on and burn this man.
Oh, he told the other guy with the gun, what you gonna do? Okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
he said, what you gonna do? Then he said, man, go on and kill him.
Like a challenge.
Yeah, go on and kill him. He said, what you doing? What you waiting on? You scared? He said, go on and burn him. Go on and burn him. Go on and shoot him. What you doing? Ain't nobody around here but us. Go on and shoot him. And the guy picked up the gun, dude, and pointed the gun right at me. Pointed right in my face. And so I'm standing there. And when I stood there, that's when it all hit me. I said, dang, I'm finna die. You know what I'm saying? And I said, man, wow. I don't want my mama to see me on the news like this. I don't want my grandmama to see me on the news like this. Like, I don't want nobody to see me like, I don't want to go out like this. This ain't how I want to leave.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And as I'm standing there, dude, and this guy got this 45 caliber pistol pointed to my face, not my chest, not nowhere else. He got it pointed right in my face. Yeah. I can remember my grandmama, bro, saying if I was ever in a time of need and call on God, that's the first thing that came to my mind when this guy got this 45 caliber pistol. So all the times that I was at my grandmama's house and telling my buddies like, oh, she gonna say something about God, she gonna say something about Jesus. It's like she knew it was gonna be a time that I would have to call on God and he was gonna have to do the work. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So as I'm standing right there, man, with this guy with this 45 caliber pistol pointed to my face, I remember looking up and I thought about my grandmama. And I told God, I said, God, all right here, why this guy got the gun pointed at me? I said, man, I looked up and I said, if you real, like everybody say you are, then man, just help me out of this situation. That's exactly what I said. I said, just help me out of this situation. And I look back at the guy, because I'm just thinking to myself now, well, it's over with. Yeah. I can't do nothing now. It's over.
Yeah.
You know, and this guy got the gun pointed at me, and out of fear, I knew he would pull the trigger because his hand was shaking. Not only was his hand shaking, but he was sweating. So he was finna just accidentally pull the trigger because he was so scared.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now I'm just like, okay, it's over. It's finna be over. And the guy looked at me, and he looked at his friend, and he looked back at me, and he said, man, you want me to shoot him? He said, yeah, what you scared, man? You trying to get your stripes or what? I mean, what you trying to do? You trying to go on and get some rank in this thing or what? And he looked at me again, and he pulled the trigger, and the gun clicked. And as soon as the gun clicked, he took the gun out of his hand. He said, man, you don't know what you're doing. He took the gun, and he ejected the bullet out the gun, and a bullet came out of the gun, and then he joined down with it. As soon as he drew down with it, a car hit the corner. The lights of the car hit the corner, and when the lights hit the corner, them guys took off running because he was scared because it was lights now. It's like, oh, snaps. Somebody here. You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody here. And so the guy took off. And as soon as the guy took off, man, I forgot what I said during the whole situation that was going on. I forgot what I said during this whole time. And so I was starting to walk off like, yeah, dang, I can't be touched. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, that's what I thought, you know?
Yeah.
And dude, at that moment, I've never in my life felt the power of the Holy Spirit until this night. And that's when something hit me. Something hit me and something weighed on my shoulders. It's like a weight started sitting on my shoulders. And then out of nowhere, I just started crying. Like literally, I just started crying out of nowhere. And I'm like, wait a minute. You know, I'm just rubbing my eyes like, wait, what's going on? Wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? And as I'm walking off, dude, it was like, I was crying so much that I just turned around and was like, I can't go out there, you know, all teary-eyed to all these people out there. So let me turn around and just start wiping my eyes.
Yeah.
And dude, as I turned around, I started wiping my eyes. And as I'm walking, dude, I walked up on the bullet that the guy had ejected out of the gun, dude. And as I'm standing right there, and I'm just wiping my eyes, and I'm looking down, and I can barely see because tears flooding my eyes. And I picked up the bullet, dude, and there was an indent on the back of the bullet to where the lead didn't fly off of the bullet, but the hammer hit the bullet. So God was already trying to show me during that time, like, listen, since he knew I knew a lot about guns since I got so many, and because I like to collect them. Yeah,
and I do too.
So since he knew I knew a lot about guns, and he was already speaking to me saying, before you go tell everybody that a gun jammed, I want to show you this right here happened, and the lead just didn't come off of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why he led me back to the bullet, so I won't have no type of second thought or second guess of this is why this happened. You know what I'm saying? And so ever since then, man, that's when it been like a life-changing experience for me. That's when it been something like, I said, man, you know what? I told my wife, she was my girlfriend at the time. I said, you know what, man, I wanna do something different. I wanna move away from the hood, and I wanna get married. You know, and she's like, wait, what? You know, then when I told my partners to do it, they looked at me like I told them I was gay or something. Like literally, they looked at me like, wait a minute, what? You know, because this wasn't something we did where we was from.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So that was a life-changing thing. That's what made me say, you know what? I want to sit down, because I asked God, if you are real, then can you help me out of this situation? So since I said that, I feel like I owe life to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
I do.
since
I
that
do.
happened, it's like, I ain't even supposed to be here. So since I ain't supposed to be here, I'm finna make the best of the moments. Even when stuff do happen, I'm gonna go back to this moment of saying, dang, I ain't even supposed to be here no way. So when the worst of the worst happened to me, I look back and be like, I ain't even supposed to be here. You know, so that's what helped me get through life. You know what I'm saying? That's what helped me like make it straight through life.
Man, that is a good story.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I'm gonna reset this camera and I'm gonna get back. I got some more stuff for you.
For sure. Let's do it.
A portion of this podcast is brought to you by Feetures. Now, in life, there's little changes you could do, little bitty things that end up being a big deal. Now, for me, for instance, if I'm singing, there's little changes I could do in my throat, the way that I angle my head down, the capsule I use on my microphone. There's little bitty things that make a big difference in the vocal sound or my vocal performance. It's the same with guitars. Guitar picks, if you've ever played guitar, you know that the size of picks could change, and that drastically changes the entire sound of the guitar. It's such a small thing. That's where Feetures comes in. This is a sock company. Now you might be thinking, socks, it's not that big a deal. Well, actually changing your socks is a really big deal if you're putting the right ones on. Now Feetures, runners worldwide have made Feetures their sock of choice, and now you can get the same benefits, especially tailored for a golf course. I'm not a very good golfer at all, but I kind of feel like if I use these socks, that would give me an advantage. They sent me a package of these socks, and they're really incredible. They have an elite golf sock that keeps feet cool, dry, blister-free while providing a custom fit that won't bunch up or slip during your backswing. I definitely need that. And so these socks, they have this cushion, and they kind of wrap around my ankle and around the bottom of my heel. And it feels like an extra padding, like you're wearing an old pair of Nike Air that just gives you this perfect feeling before you even put your shoe on. So really good if you're active or in the gym all the time. I wear them every day to the gym since I've gotten these. They have targeted compression that hugs the arch of your foot and keeps the sock in place and preventing it from bunching, slipping, sliding down into your shoe, which is really annoying if you're wearing like ankle socks. I'm wearing these right now, and they do not slide. They give me perfect fit the whole time. They also have a lifetime guarantee, which features that's just really kind of unheard of. It used to be a thing that's unheard of these days, but they are so durable and long-lasting. A sock is so durable and long-lasting. That's rare, that if you're unsatisfied at any point, they'll give you a replacement pair. No questions asked. This is a family-run business out of North Carolina, and they will take care of you. So here's your call to action. Feetures socks will change how you feel about socks forever, and you can get $10 off your first pair of Feetures when you use the code Granger at Feetures.com. Feetures is FEETURES.com. That's FEETURES.com. Use the promo code Granger for $10 off your first pair of Feetures. Look at like digging into that story, right? Mm-hmm. There's times, many times in the Bible, Old Testament and New Testament. Specifically, I know a time in Corinthians when Paul says that so that he won't get conceited, God put a thorn in his side from an agent of Satan. It's one of the weirdest passages.
Yeah.
Because you think about God used Satan so that Satan wouldn't win.
Ain't that
That's
crazy?
weird, right?
That's crazy.
And that's almost what happened in your story. He used some bad dudes,
Yeah.
fueled by your crazy cousin.
Mm-hmm.
He used a lot of bad things so that Satan wouldn't win in the end
Come on.
by using you.
Come on. That's amazing.
And that's why understanding the works of God is pretty much impossible. We can't even begin to want to understand. But the fact is, the truth is, the light is now that you have brought so many people to the light
That's crazy.
because of a really dark night
That's crazy.
that God allowed to happen.
Allowed to
He
happen.
brought it together. He even got your buddy all gashed up. You know, I mean, it's terrible, but that's how he works. Very mysteriously, and you, what fascinates me about you to this day is how you continue to talk about God speaking to you and the Holy Spirit speaking to you, and you first described it as an overwhelming emotion that made you cry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is real because you don't just cry. You know, I mean, like you know when a human emotion's coming on, and you know when you didn't cause it.
Exactly.
Everybody goes through that.
Yep.
And so how has that evolved today? When you told me yesterday at the stadium when we were playing, we're walking around that day, and you mentioned something. God's been speaking to me. Remember that? I don't even remember what it was about. You say it a lot. You throw those words out as if this is a relationship that you cultivate every day.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
So how does God speak to you? I guess that's my question.
Man, first off, it got to be through the power of prayer. It got to be through the power of fasting. Because even in the Bible, man, a lot of people miss the part that it says that we need to pray as much as fast as much as we pray. So you can't just pray and just think everything gonna happen. Now it can for some people, it probably can, but if you're trying to really understand the language and the voice of God, dude, you got to put it all into play. You know what I'm saying? You got to fast. You got to pray. You got to meditate on the word. You got to look into that Bible. Dude, it's just like anything, dude. If I feed my flesh more than I feed my spirit, I'm going to go with the flesh.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But if I feed my spirit, then that's what I'm going to get in return.
Yep.
It's understanding God and understanding stuff.
Yep.
So that's why stuff like that come to play. Now, I had to eliminate the distractions in order to hear God's voice first, though.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Because I couldn't, there is no way I could understand, I could distinguish between if it's just whatever is going on in my head or if it's Jesus or if it's the body of Christ really speaking to me.
Yeah, because it's not like a movie where it's a big
Yeah.
crowd that goes, Lathan,
Oh, no,
I'm
no,
God.
no. I mean, he can, I'm not saying he can't do that.
I'm
But,
not saying he can't.
Yeah, but I ain't heard it.
But that's not his style. That's not his style.
It's not his style. And it'd be a bunch of, like he'd confirm a lot before something even happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, let me tell you this one incident, like this one story where I hit a truck, man. I had a Silverado, dude, and I had a 6-inch on it, 35s on 30. No, what was it? Yeah, 33s on it.
You're such a country boy.
Yeah, dude, and I hit this person. I hit this person from the back, literally. It was raining, and I was on my way to this show, to this event, and I just looked down. It was like, yo. I was worried about like the speakers or something. They was like, man, the PA system went out or something through the electricity and, you know, the lightning struck it or whatever. So I looked down like, man, what? And I got to be at this show in like 5 minutes. And then all of a sudden it's like, boom. And phone, I'm like, oh, I just ran into the back of somebody.
Yeah.
You know? And when I hit the back of this person, he got out, gave all the insurance and stuff, to make a long story short. And I had to pay like a $500 deductible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was just thinking I had it, but I was thinking to myself, like, I don't want to get this much, no $500 up.
Yeah.
Like, this is just
Yeah.
easy money I just done
Everybody
gave to
thinks
somebody.
that, man. Yeah.
Especially when he have like no dent.
Yeah.
I hit him so
Oh, yeah.
hard,
Oh, yeah.
but it wasn't even a ding in the back of his truck. There
Yeah.
wasn't even
Yeah.
it probably was maybe a paint chip about this big.
Yep.
Literally like a 1/4 of an inch paint
We've
chip.
all been there.
Exactly. And I'm like, why should I have to even pay? I said, but you know what? I'm going to pay it. You know? And it didn't even bother me But then the next day when I called my daddy, I was like, hey, daddy, I ain't never in my life had a wreck. So I'm like, I told my dad, I said, hey, daddy, like, I just hit somebody yesterday, you know? And then right after that, right after I told him that, my wife called me because she hit somebody. Both of us ain't never had a wreck a day in our
Same
life.
day?
No, it was like, yeah, it was the next day.
Oh,
the next
day.
day, dude, she hit somebody. And I'm just sitting there like, oh my God. And this what really had started to bother me. Because I'm like, now I'm talking to God. I don't know about y'all, but I talk to God. When I talk to God, I'm like, bruh, listen.
Yeah.
Man, you see what's going on. You know what's going on. To other people, that might look crazy. But at the same time, like, this is the relationship I have with him. Now, if you got a quiet relationship where you just kind of whisper to God in your head and you pray to God at night only, then that might be you. But not me. Me is like, okay, God, I understand you really trying to show me something, but I need it in black and white right here. Like, I need to see what's going on. And he always revealed it to me just like that, because that's a relationship I got, you know.
That's how David was in the Bible, you know.
Yeah,
Old Testament.
exactly. People be telling me all the time, bro, you something like David.
You're very much like David. Yeah,
that's amazing. But so I called my daddy the next morning, bro, and I'm like, Daddy, you know, man, I just hit this dude, and I really don't even want to give him no $500 because there ain't nothing wrong with his car. I said, and then Constance just hit somebody. I said, so man, what you think going on and this and that? And right then I just started bawling again. Ain't nothing never bothered me. Like, nothing really too much bothered me. And my wife said it all the time. Like, then it's just crazy to me how nothing never bothers you. Like, we can lose, I'm telling you, we can lose like $20,000 or something could happen to us, and I still be like, it's cool.
I've noticed that about you the last 48 hours.
Yeah, and the last time something happened to me and my wife, she was like, I was like, nah, it's cool, baby. Like, it's not cool. And it's like, oh, wait.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
it's like, I don't know, man. Like I said, I go back to the first time where I don't even deserve this life. So
Yeah.
it's like, man, I look at life totally different than a whole lot of people, you know? And so, like, but this one in particular time bothered me. And so I just broke down, I just started telling my daddy, like, dang, man, like, I mean, I'm trying to follow a lot of stuff that God is doing. Like, and it's just out of my emotions, bro, out of my feelings and out of my anger. It's like, now I'm going to my daddy like, Daddy, listen, man, because you got to have accountability people. Like, I don't care who you are. You got to have people you can go to and talk to about like situations that's going on in your life. It's not for you to bottle feelings up. It's not. That ain't how God meant for it to be.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be connecting with other believers and other people that love Jesus, that love God,
Yep.
in order for us to release a lot of these feelings and emotions that we have. You know what I'm saying? So we can
Absolutely.
help each other get through some stuff. Because you're not supposed to go through like all of this junk alone, especially stuff that's going on, especially right
Yep.
now in 2020.
Yep.
You know. But so I got to talking to my daddy, dude, and all these feelings and emotions starting to come, and then I just stopped. It's like something came over and I was like, but you know what, Daddy? I like dried my face up and went to a whole nother personality. Like, but you know what, Daddy? Man, I believe God. I know God can. I know God will. He gonna do something. And I know he gonna do it. I said, and I'm gonna come back to you within the next, I will guarantee you about the next 10 days and I'm gonna have a testimony about this day. I said, and I'm gonna leave it at that. And my daddy was just like, man, I'm telling you, man, you really be encouraging me, son. I really feel like it is.
You called your dad
Yep.
to get encouragement.
Yep.
Then God gave it to you
Yep.
before your dad could speak. And
Yep.
then you gave it back to your dad.
Yeah, yep,
That's
exactly.
the conversation.
That was the conversation. But then I was like, then we went on to something else.
Okay.
And he was just like, you know, son, that is, you're right. You're absolutely right. I believe, I will stand right here with you and believe with you that something else is going to happen. I really believe it. I said, okay, cool. I said, but anyway, and kind of brushed it off.
Yeah.
And then we just got to talking about something else. I think he was talking about deer hunting or something. And I was like, okay, cool. Then I got off the phone with him. Dude, how about the next weekend I had a show in Dallas, Texas, with Pastor Ross and my homie John. Dude, John is an amazing guy. From Colonial Hills Church. Okay. He just sent me down there with him, dude, just to come along and go with him. Well, I ended up doing something at the church because they found out who I was, and so I ended up doing something at the church. And right after I did something at the church, dude, man, this lady walks up, and we all standing in a circle, and the pastor of the church, Ross, walks up, and this is a week later, 1 week later, 7 days later, and he said, "Hey, Lathan," he said, "Man," he said, "I don't know what's going on, but," he said, "this lady wanted me to give you this." I'm like, "Wait, what's that, Ross?" And he handed me a folded up piece of paper. I said, "Ross, you know me, bro. I don't take money. I don't do that. I don't take money. I don't take none of that, dude. I'm just, it's a blessing for me to be here, and I'm just blessed to be here, bro. That's it." And he was like, no. He said, "It's on my spirit that the Lord really wants you to have this." He said, "Because it's going to be something different once you open it." Now Ross, I never told nobody about the situation but my daddy about what went on.
Okay.
Dude, when I opened up this check, it was a check for $500 exact.
The same as the rest.
The same as my deductible.
Wow.
And I opened it up. And dude, I just turned around. And when I turned around, it was like, that's crazy, ain't it, man? I said, no.
Hey, man, your eyes are welling up right now as you tell this story.
I know it, bro, because it's God is amazing, bro. And I can't put into words just over a podcast of how the type of God that we serve.
That's why we'll do many of them.
Yeah, let's do it. And so when I unfolded this thing and I told them the story, I said, bro, my deductible last week was $500. And I told my daddy this is something I didn't want to pay. But I told my daddy, but watch, when a testimony is going to come out of this. Now I get to call my daddy and encourage him. Now his faith finna go up through the roof because of what's going on. And all of them turned around and said, God, man, dude. It was like silent. I'm serious, dude. We was all like, yeah, we was like this, like rolling our face, like, whoa, this is crazy. Like this is something that's beyond me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so moments like that, bro, that's what listening to God's voice is. Even when something horrible happened in your life, still you can't be distracted of what happened at the moment. You got to continue to just follow God and just be like, you know what? I know this happened, and it's okay to grieve. It's okay to like how I did, cried, you know what I'm saying, to my daddy. But I couldn't cry so long that I didn't have hope. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't cry so long. I couldn't stay in that one spot and be like, man, it is, and just dwell on a moment to where it's sending me to suicidal thoughts, to where it's sending me to stuff like, man, forget this. Life always crazy. Life always stupid. And I couldn't dwell on that moment because the enemy, the longer you dwell on a crazy moment like that and you don't get back to God, the enemy going to use that as bait. He going to jump in that mind, dude, and he going to stay there. 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 One thing going to turn into the next thing going to turn into the next. And then you'll find yourself doing something that you would never think about that you ever done.
So you're going to walk me through that, what you're saying right there. Walk me through that. I've had a lot of guys on this podcast. I've had several veterans suffering. They've seen some stuff they wish they could erase. So walk me through what you're saying right there. This is perfect.
Wow.
You have this moment, bad moment.
Mm-hmm.
The world is crazy.
Yeah.
And you said as soon as you dwell on that, the enemy's going to take advantage.
Exactly.
Okay, so what do you do in that moment to not dwell on it?
As soon as
you said you got to take it to God, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Tell me that.
But when I take it to God, it's like I take that moment to God. Like I don't wait. You can't wait. You can't prolong it. You can't be like, you can't just think about something might happen. You got to have hope in something and go like finna happen immediately, expeditiously. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like when something happened, it's like I was dwelling on the moment when I was talking to my daddy, crying like, man, this is and that. But at the same time, I was like, I had to stop and tell myself like, but wait a minute, I can't stay here. So that's when I told my daddy, but watch this though. Watch how God do something. Watch how the enemy won't win.
Yeah.
Watch how God set this whole thing up just for a testimony.
And
you know what I'm saying?
I believe that's the Holy Spirit that intervenes in that thought right there.
That's
the
it.
one that goes, wait a minute.
Yeah.
That's when the Holy Spirit speaks to you. And then walk us through taking it to God from then.
Yeah, but see.
So what do you physically say in a moment, a bad moment, and then you go, wait a minute, and then what do you say?
During that moment, see, since I told my dad, I said, but watch this. Watch how something happened. Watch how God turned this thing around. That's when my daddy was like, well, that's right. Man, well, I tell you what, right now, let's pray about that thing. And so when he do that, that's what I'm saying about accountability people.
So your dad's spiritual too.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I'm saying about like having accountability partners, dude.
Yeah.
Because think about if my dad didn't say, let's pray with that thing. Or if he would have been the type of person that was like, dang, that's messed up. Dang, dude, that's that, and had everything negative to say about the situation.
Yep.
That's why I'm saying you got to watch your friends because that is your future. The people that you're hanging around, the people that you're rocking with, that is your future. Yep. So I had to literally push away a lot of those people. So when moments like this come, me and somebody like my daddy or my other accountability partner, Maurice, man, shout out to my homie Maurice, and he'll hit me up and be like, bruh, let's pray with that thing. Let's pray about this thing. Let's knock this thing out the park. It's no question about it, And then once it's like once we juiced each other up. Then when I get off the phone, my daddy, that's when I literally had a conversation with God, like, Lord, man, you know the situation is going on. Help me out of this situation like you did before. This ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing new to me. This ain't nothing new to you. I know you can. I know you will. And I'm going to leave it at that. just like that, and you gotta believe it. There's no way you believing that something will happen if you keep dwelling on the moment.
And there's also that fine line of you don't want to push everybody out of your life that you can't actually help too, and only put people in your life that's cushion.
Definitely, definitely.
You got to have a little of that friction that you could do your work in them.
Definitely.
And I know you do that.
Yeah, definitely, man.
And that's also what your music does.
Yeah. It's like seasons for me, man. Like last month was a season of that God was saying, you know what? Before all of this stuff right here happened, I want to do something in you. So in order for me to do something in you, I need you to get rid of these people. You know what I'm saying? But see, that's the perks of listening to God. That's the perks of understanding God. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Think about if I would have missed out on that. I wouldn't be here with you. Yep. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't know Ash Boris. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know a lot of people if I would have missed out on stuff like that. Because it was like, in order, I have to hear God's voice. And if I don't hear God's voice, it's like, man, I'm not gonna do it. I got to push that to the side. You know, just like with different, even I'm gonna go into this. Just like with different labels, it was like I can't do this with them because I don't feel like this is where the Lord lead me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's when I stopped and was like, no, I can't do this with this type of people. You know, because I believe that God gonna have somebody in play for me to, you know, walk with along this journey, and then we're gonna make this thing happen.
Going farther and farther in your walk, you start to specifically hear who's talking to you.
Yeah, definitely.
Because
definitely, bro.
The evil one's talking too.
Oh yeah.
And you learn to hear his voice. For instance, this happened to me yesterday. I woke up yesterday, and I thought, I was like, 4th of July. It's like I got Lathan and his family flying in, COVID's flying around. I was like, this isn't a good idea. This isn't a good idea. I should just back out of this whole thing. I should back out of the show tonight. I should just cancel this music video. I'm possibly putting him in danger. You know, they got to get on a plane. And then I thought, that's not the voice I'm supposed to be listening to.
Wow.
Everything is fine.
Yeah.
We got this. There's a reason he's coming to Texas. There's a reason he's going to be in this music video with me on Sunday.
Yep.
And now I feel, and then when you go through with it, you feel when you made the right decision.
Yeah.
When you listen to the right voice.
Exactly.
I'm going to take a quick break, reset these cameras.
For sure.
So after this podcast, at the end of it, I want to play that Kobe Bryant video we're talking about.
For sure.
Because we just looked at it over the break. We looked to see if we could just play it over the mic, but I kind of want to show the video anyway because the way that you look at the camera and you're, like I said, and then God spoke to me.
Yeah.
It's just,
I didn't even notice that, bro.
Dude,
so many people pointed that out, and I didn't even notice. It was just when I'm doing this stuff, dude. It's just like, I want to show you reality. I don't want to show you nothing fake. I don't want to give you no junk.
Well, you're just a really good speaker. You have a cool Southern accent.
I appreciate it, bro.
Because you're a country boy, like I always say. But you're just a really good speaker, and you engage really well with your eyes and your hands, and that's why those videos work, man. That's why it hooked me.
Wow.
But
that's amazing, dude.
I definitely on this podcast we need to get into racism.
Yeah, for sure.
Because there's also I want to hear it. And I'm going to shut up, but I want to hear from your point of view because you have a view of love, and I wonder where that comes in when the world is in chaos like this.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the time when it's most important.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll let
Could be.
I'll let you teach me.
Yep, definitely. Well, just starting it off, dude. It's and I know this is a tough pill to swallow, man, for a lot of people. But it took me knowing Jesus to understand this. So first off, if you don't know Jesus, if you don't have a relationship with God, then this might just come off to a lot of people wrong anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So that's why when people come to me about it, I don't go with what the word is doing on giving their views about it. I'm going straight to the man. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And this is how I do. It's not even so much of a skin issue. If you think, you got to think about it. It's not so much of a skin issue. It's so much of it's a deep rooted sin issue. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's a sin that a lot of people struggle with, racism.
Yep.
You know. So and see, since it's a deep rooted sin issue, me as a Christian, as somebody that loves Jesus, I still have to love this person. Now, is loving this person going to be easy? No, it's not going to be easy. You know?
Yep.
Because like the harm and the hurt that they doing to somebody, you know. But at the same time, I gotta follow the biblical ways, man, of Christ. I can't walk with the world and what the world is doing. Now, what they doing, is it wrong? Of course. I mean, come on, just going back to the George Floyd thing, man. We actually seen them like convict a man, trial a man, and murder a man, just right there. You know, just all on in one setting. Like you took a man to court, you gave him a date to be to die, and you killed him right there.
And I've never met or heard anyone that disagrees with that.
Yeah,
anybody.
I haven't either. I haven't either. But the thing about it is, it's now because the world has seen it, you know, and it's been going on for a long time. But now that it's everybody can see it, it's like, holy crap, that could be anybody laying down there. Yeah, you know. But me as a black man and as somebody that loves Jesus, I still gotta say what I feel the same way if it was a Mexican laying there, if it was a white guy laying there. You know what I'm saying? Cause all of those lives matter. You know what I'm saying? And when I say that, I'm saying that it's in like just looking at it in the eyesight of Jesus, dude. When I say this stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you got to be careful saying stuff like all lives matter.
You do.
You know, these days people crucify you for that kind of stuff.
Exactly, crucify him. Yeah, definitely. But I understand that all lives matter too. But at the same time, it's like right now this is the issue that's going on. So right now we need to point at this because this life here it matters now, right now too. Because if you're looking at it on down the line, like just through history, people have been dying and people have been getting killed over this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? As far as racism goes.
It's not new.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely not new.
It is maybe the oldest mankind crime.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, in written history.
Exactly. And see, we can see this stuff. But I had somebody DM me the other day, and he was just like, black guy, man. Just DM me the other day and was like, man, what's up, coon? What's up, such? And I don't think he knew. Like, I don't think the thing about it that was when I messaged him back, it surprised him because I don't think he thought I was gonna message him back. Yeah. And I was like, yo, what's up? Like, I have to be ready to hear. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna lash back at you just because you're saying it because I wanna hear your views about it.
Why was he saying that?
Exactly. I couldn't come out to you like, no, screw that, F you, whatever, what's up? No, I couldn't do that. I had to be like, yo, what's up? Talk to me. Like, what make you feel like that? And he was like, man, because he's just trying to do what the white folks doing and he's trying to go this and that. I said, what make you feel like that? And he was like, because, man, you posted a picture of all of y'all, like everybody kneeling at the same time and coming together. I said, so your issue as a black man is the issue of everybody coming together. And he was like, well, no, I wasn't saying all that. I was like, well, tell me the issue. I said, you angry at something. I said, talk to me. I said, I'll give you my number. We can call. We can talk about this thing.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I said, dude, so talk to me, dude. Like what are you really mad at? Because that's not what are you really, let's get down to the root of the real cause of why you really mad. Yeah. And man, it's just, I don't know, this, because, man, these folks are here killing us. I said, okay, check this out. I said, my brother, I'm coming to you from a black guy to another black guy. I said, man, last week, a guy pulled up in Chicago, I don't know if you heard, but, man, he did a drive-by shooting. He shot a 5-year-old kid right in the head and the kid are dead. I said, that life mattered. Yesterday, straight up, bro. I said, and then you got abortion clinics all over the town, bro, and they killing babies like 40 going north. Them little bitty babies' lives matter. You got to think about stuff like that. I said, so when you come to me with this type of stuff, I want you to have that same energy when somebody do that on a 5-year-old kid, man, pulling up in the hood, blowing a 5-year-old kid mind out. Like, come on, dude, where we at? Let's march. Let's stand. Let's put our boots on the ground. Let's do some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when I came to him like that, that's when the conversation went like, oh, whatever. Because you got to be real. I'm a realist, bro. I love Jesus.
And now he's messing with somebody else.
Exactly.
That's what he's doing. He's on social media messing with somebody else.
Exactly. But see, you have people like that on social media. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's just because, man, I love Jesus, bro. I love God. And if, like I said before I even started talking to you, if you don't understand God, if you don't understand Jesus, all this stuff that I'm saying gonna go completely over your head anyway. You know what I'm saying? Yep. That's why I don't like what you see on social media is just music. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like I only show you the music part of my life. You know what I'm saying? And you getting a glimpse of who I am. Who like you getting a glimpse of me and Jesus, my relationship with Christ, without me saying, "Hey y'all, I've given my life to Christ. I love Jesus. I'm not even flown it out there like that.
You're living it by example.
I'm living it. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not just telling you what's going on.
It's much more believable.
Exactly.
And that's why I'm asking all these questions too, because you just have this joy that just comes out of you, man.
Wow.
You walk in like a radiance. And that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you just sounds preachy and tired and lame,
Yeah.
Walking around going, you know Jesus, you know Jesus, you know Jesus. Instead, you want people to go to you and go, what's different about you, man? What do you know that I don't know?
Exactly.
Like what's your secret? And then there it is. There it is.
That's it.
Let me tell you my secret.
That's it, man.
And that's
I just
man.
love people, dude. I'm telling you, like I said, man, I only supposed to have this life. So since I don't supposed to have this life, it's like, man, I want to try to walk in this way. Now, is every day perfect? No. Oh my God, no.
No, it's a fallen world.
Exactly. Even my wife, dude, I come to her a lot like, hey, baby, listen, man, pray for me about this. This type of spirit is coming up on me. Pray for me about this. And that's another thing, dude. You got to have that type of influence from this person too. You know what I'm saying? Even with your partner.
Yeah.
Because me and her done went through so much stuff, dude. Just from my childhood growing up. Like being taught about women, like, man, have this many type of women. That's the goal, to try to do whatever with any type of woman. You know what I'm saying? Growing up in the hood, all of this stuff.
Yep.
So that curse was still on my life, and I told myself I'm not gonna put that curse on my sons. So I got to do something to where I make it to where my sons they're not gonna follow that curse. I'm gonna break this whole cycle right here.
I tell you right now, they're not. They're already good boys, and with a daddy like you, and I've met Constance, your wife. These kids are gonna grow up the right way. They're gonna be smart kids, and they're gonna see the world for what it is.
That's what's up,
and
man.
so many times people are trying to fix the world. As Christians, we know that it's a fallen world.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not going to get fixed by us trying to fix the world.
Definitely.
We can only help ourselves and internally change ourselves through love and spread it outward.
Yep.
One relationship at a time.
That's it. That is it.
To me,
man.
it starts with our families. Once you master that love and that responsibility, it goes out to your cousins and your outer family, and then your friends, and then your community, and then that spreads out to the city.
Yep.
And it just keeps going outward. But until you make your own bed brush your own teeth,
that's it.
You're not going to fix the world.
No, man.
It's a fallen world. It's a broken world.
It is. And I feel like, man, we got to hold. In order to fix this thing, now we done talked about what's going on, so let's talk about how to fix it. I feel like one way we can fix this is holding our own accountable. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like if I see my brother, like for instance, if I see like where I'm from, dude, it's a lot go on, man. And like say for instance, if I see one of my guys pull up, I'm talking to him, hollering at him. He like, yo, what's up? And I'm like, what's up, bro? What you finna go do? Oh man, I'm running a little low on money. So what I'm finna do? I'm finna go over and rob this little gas station right quick. I need to right then and right there be like, hey, yo, listen, bro. Man, if you out this gas station, you might not make it out. You know what I'm saying? To even see the money. Yep. And say, for instance, you rob the gas station and get $2,500, you ain't even gonna really be able to spend it because you're gonna get locked up and it ain't even worth you even going in to get $2,500 out of her. He could kill you. Think about all this stuff that can go on.
Yep.
So I tell you, my brother, like, listen, I wouldn't do that. Don't do that. Think about it. I mean, I know you're hurting right now, but just think about it. Go to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? What you need help with. I can help you out with something.
Has this conversation happened?
It have happened.
What'd they say?
It's definitely happened. But it was more so like man, but nah, you like this, dog, because you doing this and you doing that.
Right.
It's like, nah, bro.
Must be nice to be you.
Exactly. And I'm like,
Mr.
nah,
million followers on TikTok.
Dude, that's nothing. I don't know why people think, that's another thing. People think you got 1 million followers, you got $1 million.
I know that. My daughter loves you because you got 1 million followers on TikTok.
Dude, come on, man. That's crazy. That is crazy, dude. But yeah, it's like holding each other accountable, dude. And just like with people like you, like, man, if you hear somebody else saying something about racism, like, man, look at that, whatever, it's like, yo, that ain't the move right now. It's 2020. It's time to be real. It's something different. You know what I'm saying? Like just holding each other accountable. Even officers, police officers. When you see somebody with their foot on their neck, come on, hey, look, partner. That's good. Pat him on the back. That's good. You know, he down.
That's crazy because that seems like that's a no-brainer. Like that. I know, seems man. Like
yeah.
But it still happens. Obviously,
it happened.
The whole world saw it.
Yep, and we got to see that, man. And when we see stuff like that, you can't unsee it. No. You know, especially when a man on the ground, man, hollering to his mama, it make you think about like, dang, dude, was that? I never seen the full video. I couldn't. Yeah. I couldn't see the full video. When I just seen them on the knee, I was like, I don't want to say no more. I mean, media already
either.
talking about it enough.
I didn't either.
Yeah, so I don't have to really see no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because it's like, dang, dude, it's wrong. What's wrong is wrong. You know? But yeah, that's how I look at it.
That's good stuff, man.
Definitely. For sure.
You know, your kids are going to be good, and if we just had that mentality of love passed down through generations, just a little bit,
man.
then
Come
your
on.
kids are going to be a little bit better off, and then their kids be a little bit better off.
Yep.
And then their kids a little bit better off, and it's the same with mine and my grandkids and my great grandkids.
Yep.
I like to think that it just gets every generation gets a little bit better.
Yeah, I do. I have hope in that, dude. I have hope in every generation after this will get better. As you can see, it's getting better, bro. Even with racism, like, come on, we got to be real about what's going on. It ain't. We don't. I mean, we can share the same sink and stuff now, dude.
Yeah.
It ain't how it used to be.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
it's
saying?
not.
And then even like other white people, bro, they coming in and it's like, yo, this ain't right. We can't do this. Like, look now in 2020, bro, you got, this is my first time ever seeing different companies, different celebrities, different artists, like of a different race saying, hey, yo, what can we do to stop this? Like, how can we help? What can we do? You know what I'm saying? I ain't never seen it.
First time ever.
Man, me too, dude.
Yeah.
Even companies changing logos, companies doing stuff different, saying like, listen, we got this many people hired. We need to hire this many of the percentage. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So in 2020, it's already a generational thing that's already being broke down. So you got to look at some positive stuff that God is doing.
Absolutely,
but the world won't
man.
show you that. The world won't show you the positive stuff that's going on. That's why I posted on my social media. Like, I want to show y'all this. But of course it come off to a lot of people like, man, you just trying to make it look like, you know, this and that. No, I'm just showing you reality. I mean, you see enough negativity in one day.
So you're what's your Instagram?
Lathan Warlick, first and last name.
At LathanWarlick.
Yep, that's it.
So you guys
That is it.
go check this out and you put that video on there. The video you keep talking about is, I don't know what city was that from.
Yep, I don't
Do you
either.
know?
I actually got it from a young lady. I was so ready to post it. I was like, yo, do you mind if I?
Yeah,
sure. And I just got it off her post and was like, let's do it.
It's a video of one side is a bunch of protesters, and the other side is a bunch of police officers.
Yep.
Both sides are mixed colors.
Yep.
And they're coming together, and you think, oh, this is about to get bad.
Yeah, it's
you know,
gonna
this
be
is about
crazy.
to get really crazy. And then they all start taking a knee to each other in a sign of respect.
Yeah.
On either side, they take a knee for each other, and it's something, man.
Well, the protesters started kneeling, and then after the protesters started kneeling, then the officers just started kneeling.
Yeah.
But then in the middle, while the officers had started kneeling, one of the protesters got up and then went over just to shake the police officer's hand.
Yeah.
And the amount of energy that the police officer put in shaking this guy's hand was like a sign of relief. Like, he grabbed him and pulled him close, and he grabbed his shoulder and pulled him even closer, saying like, man, I want to go home like you want to go home. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, we in this thing together. United we stand, divided we fall.
It was in both groups. It was black, brown, white.
Yes.
It was
Everybody,
Asian.
dude.
Everyone was in
Everybody.
either side.
Both
Police
sides.
officers, protesters.
Yep. And
Yeah,
I think
it's
we need to
pretty
push
special.
that more, because the news definitely
Oh,
not
they
gonna push
ain't gonna
that.
show that, man.
Nah, news don't push that.
They want to divide us. Everybody, and the news just wants to divide everybody.
I know, man, and that's what I'm trying
That
to do.
helps them.
Yep,
Clickbait.
that's it. That is
Clickbait
it, man.
world, man.
It's like people love the negativity, dude. People love to feed off of that, because misery love company. So people gonna love
That's
that.
right, dude.
Straight up, people love that.
That's right. So me and you about to go film this music video.
For sure.
By the time you hear this podcast, I probably won't still be out. We got Paul. Paul's got to edit this thing. So
Yeah,
but
dope.
it'll be out soon. So you guys be looking for that. Please check out Lathan and all his stuff. 1 million followers on TikTok. My daughter's
This
off
guy
gonna
got
do
1 million
dance
followers.
with me.
Almost at 1 million followers on Instagram. Don't let them fool you.
So, but like I said, I want to end this podcast. I'm going to shoot over to this video.
For sure.
And you got so many good videos, man. There's so many good ones. And I don't even know why I'm singling this one out. Maybe because it's the first one that really caught my attention.
Yeah.
But the way that you flow from this is terrible, this is shocking, the way you flow through that to wait a minute, then God spoke to me and he showed me what this means
Yeah.
is amazing. So I want to end the podcast with that.
Dope.
But,
Let's do it.
dude,
Let's shoot that.
Thank you so much.
Love you, dude.
We'll do this
For sure.
many times, man. Love you, my dude, and we'll we'll go shoot this video.
Let's do it.
So-
Let's do it.
Here's what I'm talking about. Lathan Warlick Instagram right here.
Yeah. You never know what to expect or what's coming next when riding them dirt roads. The gravel and dust might throw you off. If I'm ready or not, only God knows. It's hard trying to hold it together when I lost a couple of people along the ride. Wish I could roll back the hands on the clock just to tell them I love you just one more time. I wasn't prepared for the pain that came. It had me tore up on the inside. But I can hear you on the side of me whispering softly, telling me not to cry. Just when I thought I was hopeless, you kept reminding me how you would never leave. And all of them people we lost had a place up in heaven, so make sure I get a seat. We go through some ups and downs and might even have a few curves we don't see. I end up at home every time, cause God got his hand on my life and he guided me.